I don't know how I feel about the lighting. This is my new selfie stick. I'm giving it a shot. We'll see. So intermittent fasting. Was I really doing that? I was kind of doing my version of the intermittent fasting. With intermittent fasting, I think you're supposed to stop eating at 8 p.m. I often start eating at 8 p.m. Why? I like to eat myself to sleep. Why? Because I get sleepy after I eat. Once I've eaten, I get tired. I need a nap. I don't like to nap during the day. I have too much to do. But what I know, I stepped on the scale this morning because I'm like, all right, if I'm avoiding the scale, there's a reason. I must have a feeling about what's going on. And I was right, I gained. Doesn't mean I actually gained. The scale is a funny thing. We have to remember that when food goes from outside of us to inside of us, it weighs something. How much was that? If I step on the scale, if it was that sensitive of a scale, it's going to tell me that I'm an ounce heavier. Why? The food went from there to in here. So it's entirely possible that it's just food that's weighing. I could be holding water. I do like my salt. Or maybe I was gaining because I was eating all my calories at night. I suspect that's the case. With intermittent fasting, you're supposed to go for so many hours, and then you have this window where you can eat, but you definitely have to stop eating 4 hours before bed. There's a lot involved. What I was doing was trying to tolerate hunger. It worked. I was tolerating hunger. I needed to be able to do that for myself to see if I could. It's also very sharp and crisp when I'm not eating during the day. Like I said, eating puts me to sleep. Eating makes me drowsy. It always has. I complained to a doctor about it once. He said something like something about the alkaline tide. I don't know if that's what that means. And without eating carbs, heavy carbs, there's carbs in everything, but being very low carb, it's also, it makes you very bright, makes you very sharp. But even if I had just a very low carb meal, I want to lie down to digest my food. So yeah, I eat myself to sleep. I know it's not the best in the world. I know we're not supposed to do that. I'm not a sinless eater, completely. What else about intermittent fasting? Well, my version of it was to, just be hungry all day. And even if I was eating pickles and raw cabbage and broth during the day when I just couldn't tolerate the not eating, which is becoming more and more the case as time went on, hey, I made it work from like the second week of January, or maybe even the first week of January to now. Today is what, February 18th? That's not bad. That I was able to do it that way. I tolerated hunger, and I'm proud of myself. It was something I could never do all my life. Hunger was just intolerable. It just reminded me of every trauma of my childhood. It made me feel unsafe and unloved. So I conquered that. But now for practical reasons, being too lightheaded and hungry and weak feeling during the day wasn't working for me. I teach. I prepare lessons. I shop for my mom. I take care of things. I have desk work. I have this course that I'm taking. And it was becoming so difficult to be so lightheaded and hungry. And then at night, I was breaking my fast with a light meal. Well, the meals were getting heavier and more calories to compensate for being starved all day. It's not practical. So, what's my new approach? God help me. I don't even know. Counting calories, I suppose? Well, I had a very nice 230 calorie lunch. I know that because it was turkey bacon. I don't know why they call it bacon. It's not bacon. It's a sad excuse for bacon. Turkey strips. 30 calories a strip, very low calorie. And the miracle noodles that you can get in the next to the tofu, usually in the supermarket. 20 calories for the whole bag, and it's a nice al dente kind of texture. You don't have to put thick sauce on it. I just used some soy sauce, a little garlic powder, a little ginger. Oh, so good. So good. And I was nice and sated. Hungry a little later. I have leftovers. It was mushrooms with chicken and spinach. Delightful. Didn't have too much of that, though. A few forkfuls. Full. And now it's getting to be 6 p.m. and I'm not hungry for dinner. I'm going to ride that for a while, get some work done at my desk, and probably start thinking of eating, I don't know, as late as possible. Also, keeping sugar-free desserts in the house is nice. But I was so hungry at night, I was overcompensating with the sugar-free desserts, and they are still kind of high in calories. Not sugar-free Jell-O. That's just like nothing. There's no calories in that. No, I mean like the sugar-free, pecan clusters or, sugar-free frozen desserts. Please stop. That's Zuko. I don't know if he's going to come into frame, but he's being mischievous. Yeah, and, peanut butter, as much as that's a very nice keto-esque dessert, high calories. Nuts themselves, high calories. As much as I love those cocoa-dusted almonds, I'm not exactly counting how many almonds I'm eating. Calories sneak in, calories eaten very late in the day before bed, kind of just sit there. It wasn't working for me. So a new approach is in order. Eating very light, counting calories, opting for low-cal options. And then I will not be so starving at night that I'm just like, is it time? Am I allowed to eat now? And then, overconsume. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm sure I'll take off if I even actually gained weight. We'll see. The scale will go back down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Just let me get to Wonderland, and then what? Will I be happy? I don't know. I'm already happy about things. So I'm choosing my niche. I'm working on what might be profitable for the other channel that I'll make. This one's still my baby. I don't know what to do with it. I may never monetize it. I may simply just keep it. This is my Diary of a Fat Girl channel. This is my From Wheelchair to Warrior channel. This is my motivational channel. This is where I store videos for my students. So I will just keep making videos. And I like the habit of making a video every day. I was happy when I blogged every day. I'm happy when I have a daily habit. I wake up in the morning, prayer, study. Before the night's out, video. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel disciplined. It's a self-esteem builder. You know how I feel about daily habits. They just build your trust in yourself. And as we're healing from everything we've been through, whether it's trauma, addiction, being the child of a impaired parent, our self-esteem must be built. And for me, doing something every day builds that. You know what else I did today? I know, it's crazy time, but I changed the fitted sheet on my bed. I know. I know. That's just nuts. It's a pain in the neck. I have tiny house sensibility in this house. So having to get to the far corner to tuck the fitted sheet in is a lot because I'm lying on the bed to do it. It was a big deal. And I have to take everything off my bed to change the fitted sheet. Yes, I'm one of those people with a lot of stuff. Remember, I have to prop up my arms underneath so they don't fall, because then I get pulling and muscle issues and pain. So yeah, everything's back in place. And my 20-pound cat, he helped, by jumping on the bed and being in the way. It's very helpful. But it makes me feel accomplished. Why? Because the bottom sheet I had on kept curling up. It's not like deep enough. I have a very nice mattress. When you get to be a certain age or even young, you need a good mattress, please. Or else you will have aches, pains, spine, subluxations. You need a good mattress. And I invested in a very good mattress. But it's tall. So, budget fitted sheets won't fit. And it kept curling and curling, and I'm like, all right, I just have to admit this isn't working out. I put the one I knew would fit back on. And I did, and I feel good about that. What can you do to make yourself feel good? Can you do a little thing? This isn't one of my statement necklaces, but look, I can make it one. I have to hold it, though. Can you straighten out one drawer? One section of the closet? People are collecting clothes at this time of year. There's a lot of charity clothing drives happening to, spring cleaning. A lot of charities and churches and community groups need your clothes. They need that coat that has a hole in it that you're never going to fix and you didn't wear all winter. They have people who don't mind sewing up the hole in your coat. How many towels do you never use because they don't quite fit around you? Just donate them. Maybe the local animal shelter needs it. It'll feel so good to get rid of crap that you can't use because it doesn't fit and it doesn't fit your lifestyle any longer. Get rid of it. Feels wonderful to clean things out. All right, I've talked long enough. No, I haven't, but I'm going to stop talking. And I'm going to go sit at my desk and talk to my students and grade their essays and accomplish things until I actually get so hungry that it will be time for me to cook for myself. So please like, subscribe, please share this video if you think it'll help someone. You should get my book if it's something that you like to read about overcoming addiction and weight loss and discipline and medical abuse and how I overcame it. Diary of a Fat Girl. The audiobook is me reading it. I wouldn't trust that to anyone else. And, here's Zuko. Ta-da. Come here. Come into the shot. No, he's not going to do it because I want him to. Come on. Come say hi. Yeah. Now, you looked in the camera last time. Yeah, can't be bothered. Off you go. And I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Because I said I would. Be well.